Willkommen zurück zu Top Chef Entertainment. Heute eine ganz besondere Folge, unsere Bonusfolge. Ja, wenn wir über Top Chef reden, darf natürlich Hasch und die ganzen Formen von unserem edlen Hasch hier nicht fehlen. Koryphäe in der Szene, ein guter Freund von mir, Ben Egyptian. Now that I see you in your sunglasses, let me follow suit. Now that I'm ready, tell me about yourself, Ben Egyptian.
So I came from Egypt 2014 and I got introduced to cannabis in Canada, specifically hash. So I dislike the inconsistency in the Canadian market, the underappreciation of hash as it gets bad rep in North America. They do not make authentic or real hash, which pushed me to make my own hash just for fun to guarantee that I'm gonna get the results.
Let's get into that because, what is the definition of hash to you?
So hash would be the trichomes, the shiny crystals on the flower that you would mechanically separate either by ice water extraction or by the common traditional method of dry sift.
Did they have ice water back in the day in Egypt?
For producing countries, it's quite hot, so ice was not that readily available. Also, they haven't thought about it from a scientific standpoint because some people would think, why would you get dried flour and you put it in water just to get the hash back? So the resin heads, the trichomes on the flour, have higher density than water, therefore it sinks at the bottom of the vessel that you're washing in. Another reason that ice water became the most dominant way of producing hash because of cleanliness and scalability.
In my experience just traveling the world, really all my respect for your craft. It's the highest end hash I've seen. Maybe talk about your inspirations outside of, the old school ways of Egypt and Hashishian. Was Frenchy Cannoli an inspiration?
He was definitely an essential link for me to get more onto the scientific part of hash making. He was a very interactive person when it came to educating the masses on hash, which pretty much comes back to the very basic foundation of hash, which is it's a culture of sharing. The current new generation with internet access and what is trendy, it has been skewed by the new age standards. Your concentrate has to be light color, it has to be under certain criteria, which is all superficial. You can always trust your senses. It smells good, tastes good, it meets your medical needs. That's pretty much the only way to judge a product, and it might take some time to change the new generation's mindset about hash, but it's about abundance. People are treating it as a recipe. You take the flour, you do ice water or dry sift, and you just press it. And it's way more detailed than that. Each resin.
Well, please, my friend, come to Germany, join us there, because you'll find appreciation for those kind of hash products. There's a huge hash culture in Europe.
25, 30% THC, 3 to 4% terpenes. These are quite excessive and high numbers. While you would look on a landrace strain and they would test for THC per flower, anywhere between 8 to maximum 16%, a far more impressionable effect on you as a consumer, because it's about the matrix of cannabinoids and terpenes that dictates the high, not just one element, THC or terpenes.
I completely agree with you. There's a lot more complexity to the composition of all of these products.
This is why we see a lot of cases reporting psychosis, paranoia, a lot of unpleasant effects from cannabis. But that's because of the overbreeding to reach unrealistic standards when it comes into the medicinal aspect and the way it's introduced to the masses. And smoking those at a younger age where your brain is not fully developed, so it gets the best of you, and that's why some people shy away from cannabis or don't look into hash, because they have had unpleasant experiences. Another reason for not so pleasant reaction from cannabis is integrity. Most growers are growing for profit using pesticides, fungicides, still serving flower that has bud rot or mold. Mold have toxins that will agitate your lungs and will affect your well-being. Therefore, that's why when people complain about cannabis is that they have had a not so clean product and a grower with no integrity, and that's why we're in the dilemma that cannabis is bad, cannabis is good.
Tell me about the story. How did you initially get in touch with hash? Like, what was your first experience?
So I would say just the ability to walk into any dispensary, be able to see the showcase products and being able to talk to the bud tender, just fill your curiosity. Because a big part of cannabis consumption is that you need a bit of a specialized treatment and customer care. Not as strict as going to a doctor and getting a prescription, but again, it's still a medicine and there is appropriate time and appropriate use for each strain.
I can't say the exact words, but yeah, and for sure your stuff is kicking in.